Hi, I'm Leanne from mintedleaf.com, and welcome to this video on getting started with Blurb's online bookmaking tool called Bookify. Just so we're clear, Bookify is a web app that runs right off the Blurb webpage. You don't have to download or install anything. The other Blurb application is called Booksmart, which is software that you install and run on your desktop computer. I know you're probably anxious to get going, but there are some important things you should know before getting started. Bookify is an ideal bookmaking tool if you want to make a book fast, your book will be less than 240 pages, and you're happy with a limited set of layout options. You also plan to work on your book project fairly regularly, as opposed to every few months or so, like you would with a long-term family history. Don't think that just because Bookify is the quick and simple path for making photo books, that they'll look amateurish or basic. Bookify books are used by lots of professional photographers, authors, iPhone and Instagram journalists. Bookify makes great books. That said, here's some reasons not to use it. Don't use Bookify if you have hundreds of photos. While Blurb says 750 photos is the limit, people have reported serious problems and lost projects with books made with 500 photos or more. So I suggest keep it small and simple. Don't use Bookify if you want to start your project in Bookify and then migrate it to Booksmart later. You can't do this easily. There's no Bookify to Booksmart converter, so if there's a chance your project could get big or complex, use Booksmart instead. Don't use Bookify if your photos are over 10 megabytes in size. Your photos won't upload if they're too big, so downsize them at first in a photo editor such as Pixlr.com or Photoshop. Finally, don't use Bookify if you think your project will take a long time to complete and you don't plan on working on it regularly. Bookify automatically stores your project online, but once you start your book, you must continue working on it to keep it active. By working on it, I mean logging in and making a change to your book. Inactive Bookify projects are removed after 45 days. Once you publish your book, you have 15 days to order it before they move it to the unpublished state and restart the 45-day timer. Blurb will send you an email warning you when a project is to be removed, but don't take the chance if you know you'll be away or unable to work on your project. So if any of these reasons apply to you, I recommend using Blurb Booksmart instead. So that's it. I hope you find these tips useful. Personally, I love Bookify. It's the tool I use most often when I want to make quick books about a family holiday or books featuring cool photos I've just shot. It's also great for Instagram and Facebook photos, which is something to keep in mind. So if you're ready to get started using Bookify, let's move on to the next tutorial.